Are you sure that's right, mamas?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Shouldn't it be Vulitsa and not street? YL? I think so.
Sis,
That's in English. But in
all this time I've
Russian
been
and
doing great.
Ooh, you didn't throw the eraser, did you, mamas?
1 minute.
Are we a little perturbed?
Sorry.
This is what the Cyrillic alphabet does to people. It turns a mostly sane individual into a monster.
Stop.
Cyrillic. Okay. You have the point here. Here's your x-axis here. Here's your y here. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Yes or no?
Yes.
You just saying it?
No.
Okay. Here is where they intersect. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
This is your point of intersection. So you have y here, x here. Mm-hmm. Okay. This point has coordinates is what they call them. You have, they wind up looking like this. X, comma, y. They're called coordinates. Coordinates. You write whatever's on the x-axis first, and then comma, y. Right? Mm-hmm. This point right here, even though it's here and it's not on the line, it's your starting point. It still is a coordinate. Mm-hmm. Here you have on the x, which is here, you have mala. Here and up here you have Ekaterinskaya. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. X, 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 Y, Y. Mm-hmm. Each street is either going to go on the x-axis or the y-axis. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you understand?
Yes.
You have to not figure out, just the streets are already there. You're just putting them on the grid, okay? Here, what's the street here for the x-axis?
Ekaterinskaya.
No, you see here, X, X.
Mala Arnolds.
Okay, so you would write that here. Mm-hmm. And then up here, you would write what?
Ekaterinskaya.
Okay. And then here, you can type it directly from the map. Move your paper. There it is. Here.
So do I just
Here.
Mala?
Here.
Mala, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Write it down. There, yeah. Because you need space for the other streets. Okay, now turn the page to the X and Y axis streets. Okay, now you can fix this later. It's okay. You're going to have Bolshaya Anutskaya here, Bazarna, which is here, then Ushpenskaya Street, which is here, and then Troitskaya Street, which is here. Those are going to be your Y, and you already written down your x-axis. Each of these represents a point on the axis. You saw here, how many points on the x-axis do you have?
4.
4. What is x-axis? What did we say from before x-axis was?
It's horizontal.
But what is the name of it in this particular case?
It
Look on the map if you get lost. That's what it's for, to help you. Now you have a guide. Before
it's
was
on
this way,
Yes.
which is horizontal. So
Horizontally.
what horizontal street is that?
Malaya Arnautskaya.
Okay, so this is what this would be. Then you will come over here, and which street would this be?
And Elkatarinskaya Street.
Okay, so when we were walking, which is the first street we went down? The y-axis or the x-axis?
X-axis.
No, we went down Ekaterinskaya Street first, right? So which street is Ekaterinskaya? Which axis is that?
Y.
Why? Because we
Y-axis.
went up first.
Yeah.
You understand why that's the y-axis?
Yeah, because
So, what do we do at each street?
you wrote down the
We
names.
wrote down the name. So at each street, that now becomes your new intersection.
Yeah.
Turn back here.
Okay.
Okay. Here is your first intersection, the starting point. This is Ekaterinskaya Street. This is the first street we walked up. We went like this. Tick, 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 tick. Right? So each time we stopped, you need to make a mark for that. Leave yourself enough space. How many times did we stop? You don't need to guess. Look, how many times did we stop?
4.
This is your X, this is Y. You know you're going to have a 4th street here.
3. So we stopped
No.
3 times here.
Troitska was the last one.
Yeah.
Troitskaya. So you need to make 4 marks, evenly spaced here. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, if you will. Okay, do that.
So 1, 2, 3, and then 4.
Okay, that's good.
Or we can do like
It's
little
fine.
line.
Listen, your first time is not gonna be like super perfect. Let's just forget the practice. So for each X, you shouldn't
I should probably
really,
do line.
yeah, you shouldn't write X because you're gonna confuse yourself because this is actually the X axis going that way. Do a dot. Just do a dot or a line. That's fine. Because you're gonna confuse yourself.
Or maybe do it like this.
Okay.
And then
Okay, and another one.
here.
Yes. All right. Now, for each line, what do you think these 4 lines represent?
Each street.
The street names. The street names that you came across every time we walked along this street, right? So what you need to do is you won't be able to fit it all in because it's gonna be it's not enough space. So just make initials, the first 3 letters of each street or whatever like
Yeah.
that, right? Do that. Do it. Okay, and then do y-axis equals what? What do you think goes there?
Equals vertical.
Equals vertical. Every day you read that. Y-axis equals vertical. X-axis equals horizontal. Vertical, Y. Horizontal, X. Keep drilling it into your brain, and you won't get confused. Okay. Pick up your pencil.
Okay.
Now, if I give you X, Y coordinates, so I'm going to give you an X street, and then I'm going to give you a Y street.
Okay.
If I say to you, mark the point of Bazarna and Pushinskaya streets, what would you do? So I gave you the X, Bazarna, and Pushinskaya. So what would you do?
So
Or actually, we'll go here first. Pushinskaya Street
So mark-
and Bazarna Street.
okay.
Did you give the X first? Sorry.
So just do like a here
Okay,
and here.
No. When you have an XY coordinate, right? It's an intersection. You know what an intersection is, right?
Yeah, it's
okay.
here, like here.
An intersection, how many intersections would that be?
2, like
No, the intersection itself. How many is it?
1.
One. So you wouldn't have 2 dots. You'd have 1 dot.
Oh, so you do 1 in the middle?
You do where they meet. Here is Pushinskaya Street. Here is Bazarna Street. Where would they meet?
Here. Maybe like
Why there? This is Rishalevskaya Street. If Pushinskaya Street is over here.
so. I'm confused. So if it would
What do
go-
you think you need to do to find the what does intersection mean?
It's like between like it goes this way and that way. Like
No. When somebody asks you to explain the word intersection, how would you explain it? A meeting point, maybe?
yes, or like a starting point maybe.
No, it's a meeting point because this is not the starting point. We started here. It's the meeting point.
Yes, that's what I mean. This is an intersection.
But I'm not asking you for this coordinate. I'm asking you for this one between Pushinskaya Street and Bazarna Street.
Yes. Oh, so it could go this way, like.
It will
Not
be
understanding.
if this street. It's fine. If this street represents the meeting of 2 streets. You see this point here? This is where it began. This is an intersection in and of itself. It is the starting one, but it is still an intersection. Yes? Okay. I'm asking you to give me the same, but just on another part of the grid. So how do you think that would look? It would look the same, but it would just be in a different location. Let's say
So it could start me.
no, it would start where I told you. Always I will give you an X. Stop puffing and puffing. You will understand. I will give you an X-axis and a Y-axis point, a coordinate. Let me use that word so you don't get confused. I said to you, let's make it simple. Anna says, Miana, meet me at Mala Arnutskaya Street and Ekaterinskaya. And you go, okay, walk out of the hostel. Oh, I'm waiting here for you, Anna, but you're not here. And then she text messages you and she goes, oh, Miana, I'm sorry. I'm actually at Pushinskaya Street and Bazarna Street. Just walk from there where you are and meet me there. What would you do?
Go here. No, go.
First, she told you here, so you're here. You'd walk here first, and now you need to get to Bazarna. You already on
So
Pushin.
go up and then.
You'd go up. Stay with that thought,
So you go up.
and now you're there.
And then this here.
Magic. Magic.
Okay.
Now I'm going to show you how you can bring geometry into this.
Okay.
Okay. How many streets do you have here on the Y axis here?
4.
You have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. And remember, I told you to make sure they were evenly spaced.
Yes.
That was for a reason.
Yes.
How many streets do you have here?
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Now, granted, these spaces are not as evenly spaced as these.
Yes.
It's okay. We can still work with it. What was your assignment? Let's go back. Let's go up to this paper. Let's go up to your assignment. Let's see if we've completed it. Which street represents the x-axis? Now you can answer.
Malaya Arnautica.
Okay. Which street? When you see these, what does that mean?
Quotation that someone says.
Someone says, or if it's beneath something,
Yes.
it means use the same words. So which street represents the y-axis?
And Ekaterinskaya, it's really long. And
Ekaterinskaya? Okay. How many markers will be on each axis? So how many markers did you have on each axis?
4.
4. What is the intersection of the y and x axis? The starting. Maybe I should have reworded it, but where they started.
So it would be.
You can look on the map if you want.
You'd be here.
Right. Okay. And what is here? What is that?
Uh,
Look on here. It's on your paper. You wrote it.
here. So
Name it. Give me the x coordinate.
intersection is in.
It's an intersection, but name it for me. Give me the x and the y coordinates.
Mala Arnotska and
Very good.
Ekaterinskaya.
You understand?
Yes.
Everything has a point.
Okay.
Okay, now this. After you have mapped out the streets, draw a diagonal line. What's a diagonal line?
Diagonal is no wait.
If this is horizontal and this is vertical, what's diagonal?
This is like
Slanted.
Yes.
Draw a diagonal line between the end
That would
points.
be the hypotenuse.
Very high five. Give it to me. Okay, now do you see how you can bring geometry into
Yes.
this? And so do it. Draw a diagonal line between the end points of the two axes.
It's not the straightest, but
Do you see that now?
Yeah.
Now, if I asked you to draw a square, could you do it?
yes, you just
How?
add another one of these. You would do like
No, with
Yes.
what? Very good.
Yes.
Do it. Do you understand? So what is a square?
a square is a hypotenuse in the middle. A
Not
square
in-
is two triangles.
Two
with a
triangles.
With a
You don't have to say a hypotenuse. And that goes back to the other assignment which we had here. Everything is relative.
It is easy.
I told you math is easy. 1 second. Here. You see now why I
Yeah,
told you
I
to do
understand
this?
now,
And now
okay.
you understand Pythagorean theorem even more because now it's relative. It makes sense.
Yes.
If you go down this street and you go down this street, you can measure this street.
Yes.
If you had actual measurements for this street, how far is Mala from Troitska? If you knew let's say it was 2 meters.
Yes.
So you have A, B, C. Do you see
Yes.
that? A squared plus B squared equals C squared. You could figure out how far these two streets were from each
Yes.
other. Because now you have these streets, now you have these streets. And so
Yes.
you automatically will have this one once you plug in Pythagorean's theorem.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes. I understand.
Okay. Think hard. What would this be?
It's a 100 and something.
No, this was 90 degrees. So
Yes.
what would it be?
It would.
If it's less than 90, it's acute. If it's
Acute.
more than 90, it's obtuse. But if it's spot on 90 degrees, it's called,
No, this one. Oh God. Right angle.
there you
Right
go.
Angle.
There you go.
Yes. Okay.
Not so, you know.